Talk to me again. I'm that type of host. Y'all gotta talk to me. Don't have me up here and y'all not talking to me now. Come on. Okay. Hey y'all. All right. All right, let's clap it up for our esteemed panelists that we have up here. Everyone, clap it up for them. Okay, thank you. So, the purpose of tonight, what is the purpose of tonight? Well, the purpose of tonight, one, is to hear the reason why they're up on the stage, but also to ask them the tough questions. I don't have to really say too much. Howard Huskies, y'all did a phenomenal job last time, so y'all need to figure out what type of hard questions to ask. You can look to the men in the jerseys, because they come ready with all the questions, right? But the main purpose of today, again, is to ask these questions, because they are here. We have these people in front of us. We have them here with us. This is now the time, right? Because they want our vote. Our vote is our voice. Our voice is what we utilize in order to represent our communities in a proper light and proper fashion, right? But tonight, it is not about race. It is not about creed. It is not about religion. It is literally about who is up here who can provide us with equity and equality. Not symbolic victories, but equity and equality. So remember that when you're listening to their answers and to what they're saying. Are they providing us with equity and equality? Now, raise your hand if you don't know what equity and equality means. Okay, good. I don't have to go over that. Good job. Happy to do that check real quick. You got your hand raised?
Yeah. I think that's very broad.
What equity and equality means? You have a great point, but that's why they're going to answer that. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you're here, to judge based off of what their answer is. So, okay, see? But again, we can do that comparison. But I like the engagement to what you're giving me, sir. You got the right mind frame. Good job. Next time I'm gonna hand you the mic. Okay. All right. So our first question that we have tonight. Yes. You want me to introduce him? Okay. All right. See, I was already jumping to the questions. You see that? He already got me started. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with introducing the candidates that we have here before us. I will start with you, just because I like your shirt.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy O'Brien. I'm currently a state representative running for re-election for New House District number 18.
Good evening. My name is Sean Freeman. I'm running as the independent for U.S. Congressional District 11.
I'm Michael Hauser. I'm the next county councilman for District 10. District 10 is all of East Cleveland, Cleveland Heights, University Heights, City of Bracknell, Cleveland Ward 8, the Collinwood area, Cleveland Ward 10, St. Clair Superior.
Good evening. My name is Alan Rappaport. I'm the former mayor of Cleveland Heights, and I'm running for Congress in Ohio District 11, which is where we're sitting right now.
Good evening, everyone. Congresswoman Shontel Brown. I am the current representative of Ohio's 11th Congressional District, running for re-election.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Antonio Nicholson, and I'm running for judge of the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas. And it's great to see you all tonight.
Okay, give them a round of applause, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get started with just a kickoff question. They're going to answer it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to punt the mics to you all to ask questions after they answer those questions, right? Or if you just have questions in general, we're going to pass it to you. We good? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. All right. Can anybody tell that I was a kindergarten teacher? Do a lot of signs, right? Just so we can have these understandings. All right. So the first question that we want to ask our panel is, what does the best type of community look like that you want to create that provides equity and equality?
Well, the best type of community that I want to create and I want to see like is an active community. We have so many issues in our criminal justice system, specifically with juveniles. Juveniles don't have anywhere to go per se other than the streets. So we need to create programs and tools and things of that nature so we can keep them from the streets and have them engage in activities that will further them. A lot of those, I'm a wrestling coach. Been a wrestling coach for 20 years. I've seen how effective the sport of wrestling can be for young individuals. It can bring discipline, it can bring accountability, it can bring responsibility, all of those things. So a perfect community for me, would be a community with resources, tools, organizations, and things to keep children out of the streets.
So from my vantage point as a member of Congress, we fight for diversity, equity, and inclusion every day in forms of job opportunities, economic opportunities, dealing with issues around health care. Those are the things that we're focused on. Also issues around education. If I were to create a community that had equity, it would include high quality education, low costs for living, high wages. Those are the things that we're fighting for. Opportunities that do not necessarily require a 4-year degree. And we've been able to actually get the ball rolling and started by way of legislation that we've passed in form of the infrastructure law, which is creating multiple job opportunities for the road work that you might see happening around the community, for the infrastructure repair around bridges that have been long overdue for investment. Also capping prices at insulin at $35 a month to help put money back into people's pockets. You may remember in July of 2021 to December 2021, we actually had a child tax credit that helped put money into people's bank account directly to the tune of $300 per child. So making sure that we're providing equitable opportunities for folks, giving them quality education, lowering their costs is what an equitable community looks like to me.
It's a very thought-provoking question. Equity and equality are not the same. Equity, to me, has to do with the concept of fairness, of treating people as individuals, as recognizing that each of us has our own talents, and our talents differ, and therefore our opportunities necessarily differ. Equality can take one of two forms. You could talk about equality of outcome, or you could talk about equality of opportunity. I don't believe that any of us is entitled to believe that we're going to get everything we want out of life. But we should have a fair chance at getting things that we need and that we want. And I think the philosophy of government is very important in that respect. And let me talk about one thing that Chantel mentioned, the price of insulin. Give you some example about how the real world works. The government is now talking about price fixing, about lowering the price of insulin by mandating what the price will be. That sounds good. It really does. I suspect that most of us in the room have somebody we know that has diabetes. And insulin becomes very important because if you don't have insulin and you go without it for a period of, say, 7 to 10 days, you die. And not only do you die very painfully. So having insulin available is very, very important. But what's happening right now is that 90% of insulins are produced by 3 major companies. And those companies are making economic decisions right now about whether they want to spend their resources making insulin or making other forms of medication that are more profitable to them. So what we're going to end up with price fixing is shortages. That's what's going to happen. We're all going to be put at risk because the road to hell is sometimes paved with good intentions. So equality, opportunity, fine, they're great, but we have to be pragmatists. We have to look at what can really be done to make our lives better. And that's what government is here to do, is to help us make our lives better. Thank you.
I think the best type of community is one where everyone's voice is heard, whether it's our young people in the back, whether it's our reentry community that I think the county can do more to support, whether it's our seniors, whether it's our elected officials who actually listen to their constituents. I think the best type of community is where everyone has a voice and everybody's voice is heard.
Good evening. Thank you for starting off strong. That is the question for anyone that's going into government. So thank you, MC. And thank you, MPAC, for putting on this event here tonight. It is truly a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. Community is the basis of government. Government's job is to make sure that in our home, that we all live here in the United States, that floor is set, pardon me, so no one can fall through the cracks. And it starts with when children are officially born. Here, in an area where we have $2 billion hospital complexes, we still have the largest black women mortality rate when giving birth and in pregnancy. That is an equity, and that is in community that we have here yet. But that's something that we need to do at the federal level. And then going into education, it should not matter whether you're born here on the west side, other parts of the east side, what type of education you get, because the next generation is our gold mine. It is our way towards a better and brighter future. And right now, when we spend 47% of our national budget on defense, and the next highest is education at less than 10%, we're mortgaging that future. We need to enhance that light, that beautiful light in a child's eyes. When something clicks, they find something that they love. We need to ensure that that is happening for every single child, and that comes from more funding at the governmental level, better pay for teachers so that they don't have to pay out of pocket, and it includes when people come out of school, there's a living wage waiting for them. That is what taxes are supposed to be focused on. Ensuring that every individual who works has a living wage from that one job that they have adequate health care, time off, medical leave, and opportunities to rise in their job of their choosing. When we have that opportunity, people can live and spend time with their families and enjoy their lives, including shelving around this district. One thing that we can do in the next 2 years is ensure that our GCRTA system gets anyone around this district anywhere in 20 minutes. Just out of curiosity, we could humor you with some hands. How many people here have been to Lakewood Park? How many people have been to Edgewater Beach? Asiatown? Gordon Square? All terrific places right here in our backyard. And if people don't have access to a car, we need to make sure that people can get there as quickly as possible to enjoy it. Find new jobs that way and get to your job faster than it takes if you don't have a car. And even if you do have a car, could you imagine for $99 a month, you can get anywhere in the district from here to Lakewood Park in 20 minutes for $99 a month. That's one Browns ticket weekend going down and parking downtown and then 2 drinks. You could have that for a full month of traveling. That's what equity means to me, and that's what I want to bring to our federal level to here in this community.
Thanks for the question. Just making sure I'm saying it quick. What type of community we want to create for equity and inclusion. One of those ways that we are already doing, I co-sponsored a bill to make sure that all kids, no matter what school you go to, get free breakfast and lunch. We tried to get that and it got struck down in the budget. So I'm telling you things I'm doing in action, not in theory. Also, another bill that I co-sponsored was to actually subsidize all of our property tax. That bill got passed out of the House, is waiting to get through the Senate, because we know we are dealing with so many folks, including myself, who property taxes really increase. So also to making sure we have communication that goes both ways, making sure we have right size enough communication. Everyone does not communicate in our community the same way. You might have a grandma who prefers to get something in the mail. You may prefer to get an email. We have to make sure we have multiple ways to receive communication and also to send out communication. And that's how we build up a real communication, a real community of people who are listening and who also are able to be heard in the process of things. Also, when it comes to public transit, there's been many tries on the state and the federal level to really address public transit. We have been fighting for tooth and nail for rail service, which we just brought a lot of money home on both levels, state and federal level, as well as making sure we are bringing more money to put more buses out there. But we are fighting against some real demons. We can talk more about that with these other questions. But I know at least with us as Democrats, we are fighting for public transit because everyone's had to get on a bus, no matter if it's getting you to work, getting you to church or to school. It's vital that people have access to public transit.
Okay, thank you. Let me step away from you. Maybe we need to turn that mic off too.